What's up, Autobots and Decepticons, Maximals and Predacons? Once again, it's the one and only Optibotimus coming at you with another video review. And on today's episode, one that's kind of fun and kind of helps me kind of continue on with the collection sort of thing that I have going on. This is the Transformers Premium Finish BWVS-08. I don't know if that maybe Beast Wars Versus? I don't know exactly what that is. But this is a Takara Tomy sort of subline where they're giving premium finishes to some figures that we've gotten kind of recently and things of that nature. Now, you don't have to get this directly from like Japan because as an authentic Takara Tomy product as sold in Japan. You don't have to get it from Japan. You can get it on the Hasbro Pulse site. I got mine from Big Bad Toy Stores, so it makes it a whole lot easier to actually get this. But you can see that you have all that same kind of packaging that we got with like the Selects figures, where it's like this outer section, and that we can toss that off to the side. And then you have this, and then when you open it up, it's a whole bunch of Japanese that I cannot read. No clue what any of that says, but you got like these kind of blackish images of Ghost Starscream and Haunted Waspinator. That's basically what you have in this set. Come on the other side, and you got images of them in their alt modes. And then you got another thing. So that. Don't really know what this is meant to kind of replicate. It kind of looks like Broken Ground, honestly, and just trying to see that it looks like some kind of images there. I don't know, but you got the logos on the side, Maximals, Predacons, all that kind of stuff. Although he's a Decepticon, and then you come around here and you open this up, and this is kind of sort of neat. They have this internal package sort of thing that when you open it, you see what's going on here, and you got images of them, and they're like kind of G1 style toys. I don't know. Maybe Takara Tomy released a set for these way back in the day. I don't know. But the thing that I'm not the biggest fan of is that looks cool, but it's just a cover. That's literally all it is. I mean, they kind of trick you into thinking it's like the package, but it's not. And then you come around here to the back, and I don't know if that's meant to be like a display sort of thing, like where you stand it up, but you know, put the figures there. But why would you? Or maybe you do it. No, because that's upside down. But why would you have this big thing here? I don't get that. And then on the inside here, you got this little section here that just holds everything down. You got the instructions, all that kind of stuff, and then the clamshell where the figures reside. I don't know. These like kind of specialty figure boxes and stuff are kind of boring, to be totally honest with you. I don't know what they got going on, but these are the figures, and we have seen these figures before. There's nothing overly different about them per se, other than the fact that the coloring on them is different. Starting off first with Waspinator, it is a darker coloring. He is meant to. Sorry, that was a pause because I was gonna cough, and you know I can't edit that out. But he's meant to look like he's possessed. In the episode of Beast Wars, which was really actually a really good episode, one of my favorites, the Ghost of Starscream, as we know, returns and inhabits Waspinator's body, giving him in this darker kind of look, which the darker color looks really nice. The gold coloring for this is pretty nice as well. We'll do a little bit more of an in-depth kind of a comparison because I can't do the transformation because I have this guy in his robot mode. So when I get this guy transformed, I'll show that. One thing though that I don't, they say that there's a Decepticon logo on here, and I don't know where it is because I've even split open his head as part of the transformation. and there's no logo on there. So I don't know where that is. If you know, tell me. Leave me a comment down in the comment section so I can find where it is. Because I don't know, but I mean, it's neither here nor there. But when he does get possessed by Starscream, I do know that there is like a thing where he does change his logo. I don't know where it is on this guy. In general, it's nice. You know, I mean, both of these are kind of a cool sort of thing, but like this, I definitely think when you have this guy, you definitely don't need this guy. He's really kind of pointless. Like the gold coloring is nice, as opposed to the yellow coloring, but it's not that big of a deal. It does have a premium color to it. There's no doubt with that. It's just, it's not overly, you know, earth-shattering to me. I mean, it is what it is for the most part. Transformation is exactly the same. I am going to go through it just because I can't edit the video and take that out for you as I normally would, but you're going to pull this detaches there, rotate that around, split these legs. I still do not like these insectoid legs. They're still not very fun for me. I mean, in general, I remember doing the review of this and talking about how I think that the previous generation one is better, and I still definitely think that with this guy. I still really do. Swivel these bits out. These are his arms. And then this. And like I said, I never really liked the design of this all that much. And I'm trying to remember. Is that as far? No, that I feel like that goes down. Oh no, this comes up here. Like I said, I don't like these legs. They just tend to get in the way. These little antenna, can I grab hold of these, wiggle these out, open his mouth some, and then you bring this all down. That's gonna basically just sit there, and this comes around, something like that. Yeah, I don't like how this collapses in. Like, I feel like that should spread out and lock, kind of, and then this just kind of, I'm trying to, oh, how ironic that his head pops off. Is in the movie or in the show, his head was always popping off. Rotate that around. I like the way that this connects here. I don't like it. So I'm going to just fiddle with things. Keep these arms out here. Yeah, it's not the best of the Beast Wars figures that we got. Like I said, like this doesn't, I don't think this clips down. It just kind of like rests there for the most part. And then, like I said, that doesn't really spread out, but just kind of sits there. So, and these insect arms, again, not very good. Did I have them the wrong way? Yeah, I did. I just don't like all this stuff just gets in the way of kind of having a good figure. He's not somebody that I like moving around very much. All right, so there we have Waspinator. And again, I'm trying to look. I don't see any Decepticon logos on him. Where would it be? I'm looking at his arm. I don't see it on his arm. Unless I'm crazy. But I really don't see it. I mean, I thought it would have been like in the center here. And I'm going to come in here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. But like I don't see a logo in there. I mean, I am kind of blind. I just don't really see it. So where is that logo? But there you go. Now for the comparison here, this is where you can really see. I guess you can angle this down. I like leave that up. So again, you can see that the green is a darker color on them. The wings are actually a lighter color, oddly enough. But the like I said, the green is a darker color. The head sculpt is identical. Obviously, with the different color and stuff, you got more of the gold instead of this that has all the yellow. That's covered in the different gold colors. The little arms look like they're basically the same. But I mean, I kind of like the thighs on this one a little bit more. I mean, like the dark green color does look good, but again, I don't really see that much of a difference here. Let me actually. I was zoomed in really far. Sorry. I don't really see that much of a difference here. I'm hitting my camera. Come on, stay still. It's not enough, honestly, to me. It's not bad. It really isn't. And if you don't have this figure, this, getting him is fine. But again, where the hell is the Decepticon logo that they advertise? I mean, I don't see it. It ain't there. Right? Yeah, whatever. Alright, so there's that. I mean, the figure is basically the same. Just a darker coloring for the most part. What I wanted this set for was truthfully for Ghost Starscream here, which is a semi-transparent representation of Starscream. It's not fully transparent. There are some bits on here, like for example, these back wings are still a solid color. A lot of the joints are still solid colors. His forearms are a solid color. Looking throughout here, I mean, like I said, a lot of the joint connectors are solid coloring as well. I like it. I think it looks really cool. The biggest thing that I have with transparent figures is that over time, they tend to yellow. Now, that's not necessarily what's going to happen with this one, but it's been my experience. I like having them. It's cool. Don't know why they gave him red Autobot or red Decepticon logos. That seems. Oh wait, you know what? No, yeah, those are Decepticon logos. Don't know why they did that, but you can kind of see like from the top section, the bottom section bleeds through. So it's painted on the bottom and the top of it. His guns are transparent, which is cool. They can hide and stash underneath there. Very, very cool. Like I said, I do have concerns over time with this yellowing. Whether or not that is the case, only time's going to tell. But obviously, I didn't want to wait that long for it. Hopefully, they're getting things going with discoloration, especially since we've recently seen that they're going to be re-releasing the Leader Class Soundwave, which is basically just a Voyager figure, but with all of his cassettes. Well, minus Laserbeak, they're giving us Buzzsaw instead. But that one had heavy discoloration in the gray plastic. Around that time, Shockwave, Megatron, I just was looking at my Earthrise Blaster, and it kind of looks like the little button thing that you push to make his deck open. That looks like it's discoloring just like those other figures. So I was making a comment on one of my live stream that it seems like only the Decepticons that do it. That one seems like it's doing it as well, but there's not as much gray plastic on a lot of those Autobots. So hopefully they got that fixed. Hopefully they have it fixed with this in terms of the discoloration on him. We'll see. Transformation on this guy, again, is exactly the same. One thing that I will say, though, while I'm going through this, shoot. The joints, I should have taken that off first. That was my fault. The joints, 100% feel looser than before. And that's, this thing has been remolded a dozen times by this point in time. So is there mold degradation? Definitely possible on this. Getting this here. Come on, come on. Getting that there and tabbing that in. There we are. So, again, could we be seeing problems in the long run? It's possible. But like, I really do like this transparent blue plastic. Looks really good. All the joints, like I said though, and you can kind of see on the inside here, these are a solid color. So I like that they're putting the joints at that solid color to kind of protect them from potentially falling apart. Will that actually work in the long run? Time will tell. Separating this. Pulling this away. Come on. There we go. But again, you can see that the forearm sections here are done in a light blue plastic, which, you know, is what it is. The whole neck section here, you're going to spin that around. You'll tuck that down and in. But again, you got that joint bit right there. That is that color. So collapsing this in. Collapsing that, taking that section, folding that back, and it because it's a thin plastic, it does feel thinner and potentially a little bit weaker. That's always a concern when you're dealing with these clear plastic figures. You know, so again, you're really kind of taking a risk at the longevity of these for the most part, and that's a little terrifying, you know, realistically, because this set is $70. There's nothing. No, poor. I don't know what that sound was that I made, but there's nothing going to be wrong with Waspinator in 5 years. Starscream here, though, like I said, there could be problems with him, and you don't like dealing with that when you're paying that much money for him. But you can see that he does have a very cool look to him. I mean, I dig him, even though that these are in a, well, the whole lower portion of the arm, in terms of like this bit right up here and then the forearms, that is all a solid color of plastic. But in general, I think he looks really cool. I also really like how they do have a Screaming head sculpt on there. I mean, that is really neat. That was used, that's not a new head sculpt. That was used before. I don't remember who it was that used that. But I also think that they're going with, in terms of looking at the hands here, if I'm not mistaken, this is the Coronation Starscream mold more specifically, because you got the opening hands. If memory serves, he's the one that had that. And just for the comparison, come on, get him standing there. This is Starscream, and again, this is the Coronation Starscream, as far as I remember. I did not keep the actual Coronation parts, but I kept him as the Stars because I think he's a better representation of him. But this looks really cool. I do really dig it. You can see the transparency, which does give him that kind of ghostly sort of aspect. But and you know, the nice thing is that they did lighten the color on the forearms a little bit. This is a little bit more like a darker blue. This is a much lighter blue. But you also have like the coloration on these little jet bits right here, which he did not have on that. Yeah, I mean, it definitely feels like he feels thinner, which that is a normal thing. But you know, you add some color, you do add some extra to it a little bit. This one though, especially here with the legs, they feel a little bit more loose. Not terribly so, but it is kind of noticeable to a degree. This one also has this really weird thing where, like, it's not a ratchet joint, but like it's hard to move here, and then it just kind of swoops in right there, and then yeah, like the rotation there is kind of loose. The knees, I mean, that one's a little bit looser. So there does seem to be some mold degradation, not a ton, honestly, but it's noticeable to an extent. But he is the reason why I wanted to get this set. Is it worth the $70? I mean, for all intent and purposes, you are getting two figures with it. This guy's got a premium deco. This one's got a premium lack of deco. I don't know. It's hard for me to say that the set is worth $70 as you got a Voyager class figure and you have a deluxe size figure. Granted, the deluxe size figure has a lot more paint applications. This is not hard to do because you just mold it in a clear kind of coloring, so it actually uses less paint dye or whatever to kind of do it. So it's hard to say if it's actually worth the $70. I wanted to get it because I knew I was going to just end up selling that guy, and shout out to my boy Andy Anderson who did buy it off of me already. He's always a superstar, one of my channel members who is always extraordinarily supportive of the channel. Huge shout out to you, Mr. Andy Anderson. So I knew that I was going to get at least half my money back for it. So based on that, I don't mind it really all that much. If you don't have this Waspinator, which I don't really think that this guy was hard to get, if memory serves. I don't recall. But I mean, if you weren't able to get this guy, this is a good way to get him. The color looks good. Like I said, it's kind of designed to make it look like he's haunted, so darker and scarier. Woo. And of course, go Starscream. I like collecting the Seekers. I don't know why. There's a ton of them, and I pretty much have them all, whether it be the Tetrajet versions that we saw in Cybertron, or Earth with these looking ones with Thundercracker, Skywarp, all that kind of stuff. We are missing one of the Coneheads. They were released, like Dirge and Ramjet, I think, were released, or maybe it was Thrust, was released in a 2-pack, and we have gotten Dirge, I think, without looking at them. I don't remember. We haven't gotten the other one just yet, but I'm sure we will at some point in time. I like the set. Is it worth $70 though? That's really going to be completely up to you. The coloration on this is nice. The coloration on this is nice. They're good looking figures. I was never the biggest fan of this particular version of Waspinator. Good figure, but I felt like the other one was better. And like I said, this is the one that I wanted. But there you go, guys. I'll let you make up your mind if you want to get them or not. I've kind of shown it in the best possible way that I could. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget that like button down there. Hit that thumbs up. Let me know that you've enjoyed the video. Also, if you're new here, why not hit that subscribe button as well? It goes a long way towards helping me out and lets other people see videos and things of that nature. But if this is one that you would like to add to your collection, it is available right now over at Big Bad Toy Store. I would recommend going that route because you get shipping for this thing for only $4, which is outstanding. But for that, I will put a link right down there in the video description where you can swing on by and check out availability on this set, as well as the rest of the wide range of Transformer figures. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. As always, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in and watching. And until next time, this is Optibotimus saying adios, au revoir, and see you later.